2008, Nokia sells 468 million phones. They own 40% of the entire global phone market. They're worth $150 billion. 2013, Nokia's mobile division is sold to Microsoft for $7 billion. 5 years later, $150 billion to $7 billion. What happened? One man, one speech, one catastrophic decision. And I'm going to show you exactly how he destroyed the biggest phone company on Earth. This is the DELISTED. Let's go back. 2007. Steve Jobs walks on stage and unveils the iPhone, a touchscreen smartphone with no buttons, no keyboard, just glass. Nokia's engineers see it and laugh. Internal memos leaked years later show they called it expensive, fragile, and a toy for rich people. They were wrong, dead wrong. Within a year, the iPhone is everywhere, sleek, fast, intuitive. People love it. Then Google releases Android. HTC launches the first Android phone in 2008. Suddenly, Nokia is surrounded. But they don't panic. Why would they? They're Nokia. They're untouchable. 2009. Nokia responds with the N97. They call it the iPhone killer. It has a 5-megapixel camera, a slide-out keyboard, GPS, a touchscreen. On paper, it's perfect. In reality, it's a disaster. The screen is slow and unresponsive, the software is clunky, and it's running on Symbian, an operating system from 2001, ancient. Apple's App Store has 100,000 apps, Nokia's store, 500. The N97 flops, hard. Sales collapse. The market is moving to touchscreen smartphones, and Nokia is still making bulky phones with physical keyboards. By 2010, Nokia is in crisis mode. They need a savior. Enter Stephen Elop. September 2010, Nokia hires him as CEO. He's a former Microsoft executive, a change agent, someone who can save Nokia. His first day on the job, he delivers a speech to Nokia employees. It's called The Burning Platform. He compares Nokia to a man standing on an oil rig that's on fire. The man has two choices, burn alive or jump into the freezing ocean and hope to survive. Elop says Nokia is that man. The platform is burning. They have to jump. The speech leaks immediately. It goes viral, and it destroys Nokia. Customers panic, partners panic, shareholders panic. If the CEO says the company is burning, why would anyone buy their phones? Sales crater. Stock price crashes. Nokia just announced to the world that they're dying. But here's the thing. Elop wanted this. He created the crisis because it gave him the power to do what he wanted all along. Kill Symbian and replace it with Microsoft's Windows Phone. February 2011, Elop announces Nokia's new strategy. They're abandoning Symbian. They're rejecting Android. They're betting everything on Windows Phone, an unproven operating system from Microsoft, Elop's former employer, the one that's about to pay him millions if this deal goes through. The board is shocked. Developers are confused. Customers are furious. But Elop doesn't care. He's all in on Windows. 2011, Nokia releases the Lumia 800 and 710, the first Windows phones. They're beautiful, great cameras, solid build quality. But the software? Terrible. Windows Phone is unintuitive. The interface is confusing. The App Store is empty. Instagram? Not available. Snapchat? Not available. YouTube? Broken. And Microsoft puts restrictions on the hardware. No dual-core processors. No front-facing cameras. Nokia is building flagship phones with budget specs because Microsoft says so. Customers don't buy them. By 2012, Nokia is in free fall. They go from 33% market share to under 10%. Between 2011 and 2014, Nokia sells 52 million Lumia phones total. Samsung sells 52 million phones in 2 months. The Windows Phone bet failed, catastrophically. 2013, Nokia admits defeat. They sell their entire mobile division to Microsoft for $7.2 billion. Elop, he goes back to Microsoft with a $25 million bonus. He took Nokia's devices division, took their best engineers, and walked away rich. Nokia lost everything. But here's where it gets weird. Nokia didn't die. 2014, a new CEO takes over, Rajiv Suri. He's been running Nokia's network division quietly in the background, making it profitable while the mobile division burned. Suri has a plan. Forget phones, focus on infrastructure, cell towers, 5G networks, telecommunications equipment, boring stuff, but profitable. He cuts costs, buys Alcatel-Lucent for $16.6 billion to gain patents and Bell Labs, and he bets big on 5G before anyone else. 2018, Nokia unveils the Reef Shark chip, the most advanced 5G technology in the world. 84 gigabits per second, 50% smaller than competitors, 64% less power. It's a monster. Suddenly, Nokia is back. They sign deals with AT&T, Vodafone, T-Mobile, NTT Docomo in Japan. By 2024, Nokia controls 29% of the global 5G market outside China. Over 300 commercial 5G contracts supporting 6.4 billion subscriptions worldwide. Revenue? Over $20 billion a year. They're not the biggest anymore, but they're alive, profitable, relevant. So what's the lesson? Nokia died in phones because one man destroyed them from the inside. Stephen Elop killed Symbian, rejected Android, bet everything on Windows Phone, and when it failed, he walked away with millions while Nokia burned. But Nokia survived because they pivoted. They stopped chasing consumers and started serving corporations. They went from selling phones to building the networks that power them. Nokia went from $150 billion to nearly bankrupt to a $25 billion infrastructure giant. That's not a restoration, that's a resurrection. The moral? Sometimes the only way to survive is to stop being what you were and become something completely different. That's the autopsy. Nokia, killed by arrogance and a Microsoft Trojan Horse, revived by boring, profitable 5G infrastructure. This is the DELISTED. Hit subscribe. Next week, I'm dissecting BlackBerry, and their story makes Nokia look lucky. See you then.